Welcome to our speaker series. We're really happy to have
Thank
you here.
you. I'm excited to be here. Thanks so much, SF.
That's great. This
Yeah,
is a really exciting topic that I think we don't address nearly enough. I barely hear about inclusive travel, so I'm really excited to hear what you've got to say today, and I know our listeners will enjoy it too.
well, thank you. Just a little bit of background. Majority of my life and work experience has revolved around children and adults who are either on the spectrum or have some sort of intellectual disability. And then when I got into the travel world, I realized there was just something missing, exactly what you were saying.
Mhm.
So I thought I am going to combine the two. So I'm very excited to do that.
So why travel? Of all the things you could do, what brought you to travel?
Well, I want to travel myself. And I just have these dreams of also traveling with families and adults, like hosting tours where we can just go and have fun and just be. And there are so many places out there that I myself have learned about, and I don't think the general public realizes that are very inclusive and will cater to and embrace children, adults, any age, any sort of disability. And I just am very excited to have that opportunity.
So
And
you've got all this information on the down low. So what you're going to do is, what I'm guessing is, we're gathering is your idea is that you're going to take all that information that the general public doesn't know where to find and give it to them.
absolutely, absolutely. And I've listed a few on my website. I welcome anyone to give me a call. I'm more than happy to take the time to share with anyone. Yeah, it's just to me, it's a group of folks that have been left behind, and I don't feel that's right. So,
Agreed.
yes, yes.
Agreed.
So, yeah, one thing, I do have a list of questions that you have suggested that we could talk about. So if you don't mind, I'll go through those and then we can go off and discuss different things. One of the questions you asked me is that I have a travel agency. I've worked as an educational assistant. I still do part-time for Saanich District, and I also have pop art training. And does my passion for travel reach the families and kids at my school? And I would say absolutely. Personally, my belief is the parents are the experts. I talk to the parents. I've had a lot of insight from parents, how to, coordinate all this together. Also, I'm a previous sign language interpreter, so you'll see I talk with my hands quite a bit. So
Wonderful.
that's another fabulous way of communicating with children and adults who maybe are nonverbal. So yeah, I just ask for their input and their expertise because they live it every single day.
Mhm.
And I am blessed to work with their children. And so you just build up a rapport and a relationship, and it's a mutually respected relationship. And of course, their kids are as cute as a button because I work in elementary school. So that's a huge perk. So yeah.
Bunch of little cute buttons running around.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And then you also inquired about, I do have a specific, it's called Certified Autism Travel Professional certification. And I'm also have an accessible travel certification. So there is a company in America that will train travel agents to work directly with people on the spectrum, whether it be families, the individual theirself, someone that has a person with ASD in their family grouping. So they offer an amazing amount of resources. So I have done their training, and that combined with, my life experience, we'll say maybe 4 decades worth. um, they offer so many travel tips, an adventure guide, an accessibility card that you can take to various destinations. I do have a couple notes here. Resources to the certified destinations I was sharing about. There's one in particular that I'm thinking of, and their entire staff has been trained to welcome guests with ASD.
Wow.
Yeah. So families will be embraced. There'll be no, feelings of, oh, what if my child does this? What if my child does that? It's just completely embraced. And that is through beaches, resorts, but there's also cruises. There's also other resorts, maybe not where everyone has been trained, but that say kids camp or whatnot, or buddy programs. So there's just a whole litany of support out there that we just have to delve into, and you dig a little deeper. And then part of my job is all the pre-planning, letting people know we're coming. What are maybe some of the necessary accessible things we want to tap into, whether it be even, culinary cuisine. I get a lot of people have, limited diets or dietary issues. So we can make sure that's taken care of. I know this particular place at Beaches, the families or the individuals can sit down with the chef and say, this is what works for my child, this is what works for me. And they will make up a personalized menu for your family. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Where are they located?
There's 3 down in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Turks and Caicos, 2 in Jamaica. Yeah.
All right. So we'll pack
bit of
our
a jaunt
bags.
to get there, but sorry.
We'll pack our bags now and we'll just head out.
Absolutely. I can't
Great.
wait. I absolutely can't wait. I think I might have to go and do a FAM to check it out, but yeah. So yeah, let's get a group, and that would, oh my gosh, but can you imagine? So much fun, like the day camps, the beaches, the water parks, and everyone gets it.
It's incredible. It's what we need. It's what this world needs.
Absolutely. And I think more and more businesses and companies and destinations and resorts are recognizing that. So
you're here not only shepherding this content for everybody, but you're also in connection with these resorts and with these travel places where you're actually doing the front work, the legwork for the family.
Absolutely. And they know who's coming. They know what the needs are going to be. So, I mean, there's always going to be surprises and whatnot with travel, but the more that we can eliminate and just try and make things go as smoothly as possible, that's the way to go.
That's great.
So, yeah. And then, another one, what are some barriers for travel for families today? Well, similar to what we've just been talking about, lack of knowledge, lack of inclusion, understanding that all your needs can be met. We just have to be creative, and we'll just work together on that. So, and I'm a huge advocate and support for this demographic. It's just where my heart's been. Middle school, I started volunteering, and then that's been my career path. So there's more information on my website about my
we'll share that for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, this is where my heart has been. And when I raised my children, it was in very inclusive situations. And it's just, I think how society should be,
Absolutely. Preaching to the choir here, lady.
Yeah. What's another thing? What does my travel agency offer that a typical travel agency will not? Okay, lots. Pre-destination, while you're at destination, after destination, what worked, what didn't work. We will, work together on that. I think my experience and my knowledge combined, I'm very comfortable helping any type of traveler that may have some challenges, regardless of what those are. We will work on an individual basis. Of course, especially with autism, one person is completely different than another, and that's why we're on a spectrum. Mm-hmm. So, we work, or I will work individually. I meet those specific needs. Sensory awareness, that's a huge one. We deal with that every day at school. You know, and the thought of traveling is probably quite terrifying for us with all the issues and an airport. You know, with training, I know that there's a fantastic program, the Canucks Autism Network at Vancouver Airport. I'm living in Victoria currently, and I'm planning to replicate that here, where children can go through customs and security and sit on an airplane and just get a real feel and a visual what that's going to look like and feel like. Of course, there's going to be surprises, but I think the more prep we can do and plan, the better. So just set everybody up for success, you know. So yeah, just so you're aware, there are resorts, hotels, amusement parks, cruises, and air travel. There's so many variations that we can apply, and there's a lot of assistance too. You know, even nowadays you can call an airline and say, okay, here's my situation. This person's going to be on this flight. And, you know, so we just use every resource available to us. And, you know, with all the partners that I'm able to have access to, I don't think there's a limit. I really don't, you know, and we just work together. So I'd be thrilled. You know, as I say, I want to travel, so I'd be happy to go on a lot of these trips too. Yeah. And I think too, if we can get a group together, for example, you know, there are definitely places where parents or caregivers can get a break, but also if I'm there as a situation, I can also do respite. So, you know, there's a lot of things we can kind of put together, and it's just basically brainstorming and talking. So
just working around the needs of the family.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So I have a question for you, a personal question.
Yep.
Dream destination for you to go with a family who needs support. Where would you take a family to blow their minds?
Well, one would definitely be beaches. That is my top priority right now, is to get there with a family, just because it is so incredibly inclusive. My other top destination, I'd love to do a cruise. I think that would be a lot of fun. And to be honest, I've never been to Disney. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but I think that'd be fun to get a group together. It just wasn't in, you know, the cards for me growing up. So yeah, and the thing is, it's so open. I would love to take folks over to Scotland, do castle tours. You know, we're not limited to, you know, regular family situations. There's all sorts of tours and opportunities to go on, and, you know, find what people's interests are. And let's do something around that. Let's get a group of people. You know, I was in Scotland a few years back, and it was my first experience traveling by train to a lot of places. Love trains. Had no idea I would love trains so much. So that sort of thing, that, you know, and they have a whole accessibility department, you know, so it's just, and all this can be pre-planned. I think that's key. So, yeah. How about you? What would be your destination?
Oh gosh, that's a big one. Australia.
Melbourne,
Australia.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Actually, I've got a tour I'm planning there. It's a walking tour, the Great Ocean Walk. Yeah. Yep. So that's in the works right now. And then there's that little area nearby Melbourne where you can see all the penguins at night, do their little penguin march. Anyway, I digress.
It's okay. I'm happy to go in my mind too.
Yeah. So, what else were we asking? Oh, what is the process of working with Travel with Ange? Mm-hmm. Check out the website. You can make an appointment. There's a calendar link there, or just call me, shoot me an email. Let's just plan something, get together, and then we'll see how If we're a good match to work together, I can talk to you more about the process and direct you to my process page. And it's just finding out your travel style, your, well, needs, if you know, there's some specific things we need to look at, and just kind of brainstorming and just, you know, having a chit chat. I love chatting. You know, call me, email me, and we will just get the ball rolling.
That's
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
So personalized and individualized. It's just not something that you find just anywhere, or I've never seen it. So this is really exciting to me.
Well, my goal when I got into travel was eventually, as I'm getting older, you know, I would do travel full time and leave the school district. And then just focus on being able to go any time of the year with families or individuals. So
great. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks. Incredible. I'm excited. You know, unfortunately, COVID has thrown a big, you know, wrench in everything for everybody and in you know, globally. So yeah, it's patience, but I do feel this will come together, and I've got some families waiting. So it's just, yeah, waiting it out.
Excited.
Very excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Your families are excited.
Yes.
Your website seems excited.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Thank you.
So we're going to put up a link to your website and anything else you might like us to share for you. But I'm wondering if we can post the link to the certification website.
Sure.
As I'm sure people would love to know what that entails.
Absolutely. Yep, I can get that information to you.
Great.
And yeah, it's neat because then again, it will also give parents a lot of resources. And they can say, well, I'm quite interested. I saw this. And some of it you could book directly, which is fine. But some of it, if you go through a travel advisor, that we might be able to, you know, throw in a few extra perks and whatnot. And also be in touch with the right people at destination that know you're coming. And then you've also got an advocate throughout your travels. Something does go a little sideways, call me. I'll get on the phone to them and say, you know, what's going on? What can we do about this? So yeah, it's always good to have someone in your back pocket, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and now we have you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Ange, thanks so much for joining us today and sharing your wonderful business with us. Very excited. And I really appreciate your time. I know you're super busy. We appreciate any of the time you can give us.
Thank you. And thank you so much. Yeah, just a huge advocate for the ASD community. And yeah, I just want to get going on this. So patience.
Here we go.
Okay, well, thank you so much, SF.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.